Hi ladies, Mr. Vegan here. Again, I'm just going over one of the more difficult aspects of space. We're going to be looking at how our impression of how our knowledge of space has changed over time and knowledge of our solar system. So let's start off with the first thing here, okay? We used to believe that Earth was the center of everything, the center of the universe, and that everything went around us. That was called the geocentric model. Okay, geocentric model, all right. But using more modern telescopes and using mathematical calculations, we realised actually that didn't really explain how things went around the Earth, and there was planets were going around us in really strange patterns and orbits. Okay, so that didn't really explain everything. So actually, we realised that the Sun is the centre of everything, which is called a heliocentric model. Okay, so the Sun is the centre of our solar system. We used to think it was the Earth. Okay, so using more modern telescopes and using mathematical calculations, we were able to determine that. The second thing that we learned about our solar system in space is there are oval rather than round orbits. Okay, now remember the shape of an oval is like this. Okay, so when something is going around the Sun, okay, its orbit is more like that than it is a perfect sphere. And again, we were able to determine that by mathematical calculations and determining the length of time it takes for a planet to go around the Sun and for it to be on our skyline. Okay, so our orbits are oval rather than round. All right. Third, we are living on one planet in a galaxy called the Milky Way, which is only one galaxy in a universe of billions of galaxies. So we used to think that our solar system was the be-all and end-all, but it certainly isn't. There are billions of suns around the universe, and our sun, okay, which is closest to us, is only one of them, and we are only one solar system within one galaxy. So really, the universe is completely beyond our comprehension in terms of its size. So there are a large number of planets in our solar system, but obviously there are lots of solar systems within our galaxy, which is called the Milky Way, and there are lots and lots of galaxies within the universe. So it's really, really, really huge. So when we're talking about, we did some PowerPoints on the possibility of life on other planets. More than likely, because of the scale of the universe, there probably is some sort of life on another planet. Maybe not necessarily in the form that we are, but there probably is some sort of life, even if it's microscopic. Finally, which I think is a little bit difficult to get your head around, is the Big Bang Theory. Okay, now the idea behind the Big Bang Theory is that we all originated from one point in space. So the whole of our universe was concentrated at a tiny spot in space around the size of the top of a pin. Okay, now that's really hard to get your head around, but we think that was a huge amount of energy concentrated in one tiny place, and for some reason, we don't understand why, there was a massive cosmic explosion, and that explosion caused the energy to move out really quickly from each other, and that energy began to change to mass and began to change to atoms such as hydrogen, such as helium, and then over time heavier elements as well. So that energy converted to mass, and all of the mass moved out from each other and spread out to form different solar systems and different galaxies. Now the proof for the Big Bang Theory, now it is only a theory, it's kind of, with all the evidence that we have, it's the main way we have to explain where we came from, okay? But the main pieces of evidence for that is that we know that we are moving away from the galaxies that are closest to us. So we know that we are still moving away from each other. So that would suggest we all started at one point. Also, there is what's called cosmic radiation, or cosmic background radiation, that we can still detect using our telescopes and using ultrasound devices in space. So there is still the kind of sound or the echo of that explosion. So that suggests that we all originated through the Big Bang Theory. I hope that's okay, girls. Thank you.